United States submarine base at Key West, Florida. A dispatch that quoted President Truman's press secretary, Charles Ross, as saying that President Truman has no knowledge of any secret project by this government that would give substance to the existence of such objects. Ross also said that both the Air Force and the Navy deny that such objects exist.
Yeah. Also, hey, welcome to Chelsea and Noel Go to Hell.
Oh, it comes off the tongue. I sent it to my dad and he hates it.
That's good.
He was like, he's like, you're not going to hell. Why would you think you're going to hell? And I was like, maybe for a philosophical visit, Dad. And he's like, I don't like it.
We're to report back. All I've heard is positive feedback from everyone. I actually got some texts from people saying like they really love the name. And at the end of the day, we listened to democracy. We counted every vote, even though it took a few days. And the votes came back and said unanimously with a landslide victory that this was the name y'all wanted. So
I thought Space Trash had it when I saw the names. I was like, oh, Space Trash. Sure.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Noel Go to Hell.
I mean, if I'm to, because I was trying to think, like, it does kind of have like a roll off the tongue. But I think it's so broad where all of the other ones are kind of like, you know, the cryptid bitches and even Space Trash. Like, that's all kind of like a niche.
Yeah.
Right? And then if we say like we're Black Lagoon Commune, like, okay, what do we just review like horror movies? Like, what's that about? You know, like, so this is the most broad painted stroke. And if you think about it in a weird philosophical way, like, I kept thinking like, what is that branding going to look like? And then literally I'm sitting at my desk over there and I've got the Behold a Pale Horse book by Bill Cooper.
So fucking cool.
And I was like, that's it. Like he's literally riding the pale white horse to hell. Yeah.
When I first saw him, I thought that one was, I honestly thought Space Trash would win it, but it has now become my favorite just because now it's like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Noel Go to Hell.
Yeah. No, I think that I had that moment literally, like you can see the book right over there sitting on next to my keyboard in my work from home station. Cause I was like, how are we going to like brand this? What's this going to look like? And like, I don't want it to be like us burning in hell or like, I don't want this to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this going to look like? And then literally just seeing that book cover, I was like, and it's fucking Bill Cooper's book about conspiracies in the government. And I was like, oh my God.
And Kelly whipped up like the cutest little like image.
Yeah.
5 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Super so cute.
Yeah. I love
super
it.
Cute.
I'm like ready to slap that sticker everywhere.
I know. That's definitely going to be that new logo that Kelly Halloran just put up for us is definitely going to be on some stickers. She's also making a bigger logo image.
Yeah, I think she said something about you and I.
Yeah, I think we're going to be represented in it, but
my only request is if I am represented, I want a tinfoil hat, and that was my only request.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with like the podcast channel right now. Cause like on Podomatic, cause everything else like Facebook, you have to create a new page, which is whatever, but we switched Instagram. We switched Twitter. The question is now the podcast RSS feed, because I've already paid a pretty penny for a year.
Yeah.
To keep us on.
And by pretty penny, it's like what, $500?
It was $600. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
To keep us on this RSS feed. Here's what I'm thinking. We stay on this for a year, like max our year out. And we bring back all the old Freaky Geeks episodes I archived. And then I'm just going to keep all of the episodes in a separate file. And then after the year is up on this RSS feed, I'm going to delete all of the like Chelsea and Noel Go to Hell episodes.
Yeah.
Upload them on their own separate thing and then just keep Freaky Geeks as what it was last week backwards.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing to do, because it would fucking kill me if I create us a new RSS feed and have to pay.
Yeah, can't you email like a customer service rep to like?
Probably.
Can we moving forward
Well, like,
just be this without paying any extra money?
I think that we could make a new one and it would be free for a while.
Yeah.
Because the whole reason why we have to pay $600 is because we have to be on an unlimited plan, essentially.
Yeah.
Unlimited downloads, unlimited streams. Back in the day when we first started, we made it about 6 months before we had to pay.
Yeah.
On the free shit. So we'll see. I'll definitely reach out to them and see what we can do. But if worst case scenario, that's the plan.
Right.
Also, sorry if we sound weird. We're in masks again.
Yeah, Noelle is fucking got all these false positives for COVID.
Yeah, we genuinely don't know. Because I got a positive rapid test and then a negative spit test the next day. So, c'est la vie, baby. We also had to cancel our trip to Salem, and I had requested that time off back in February because the Salem trip was a Valentine's Day present to me from Trevor. So I had this time taken off for like almost a fucking year. So we just took it off anyway because I was like, should I just go back to work on Monday? And then I was like, I think I'll fucking kill myself if I do.
Yeah.
But of course, instead, we just used that time to do free manual labor. We like gutted Trevor's entire house and repainted it. Because
Bummer, dude.
what's a vacation? I don't know her.
Bummer.
Yeah, it's okay. That just means next year we're going to like disappear for a while. We also said like after the first snow, we're going to do like a staycation weekend and get an Airbnb in Park City.
That's what I've been thinking about doing. Like just getting an Airbnb, like what Alex got for her honeymoon.
Yeah.
And also, I think it'd be cool if we also did an Airbnb and like as close to something haunted as we can get and do the spirit box channeling.
Yeah.
Oliver probably won't come because he's scared of ghosts.
Yeah.
But, like, I'll bring Ichabod.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It'll be so cool. Trevor wants to film it. Also, everyone should know that we wanted to do the Estes method spirit box communication, but obviously that won't really work being socially distant right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait and we'll do that still. And then we'll also put out some video footage of it. So
yeah. It should be cool. So
well,
let's talk about Bigfoot.
Good.
And I actually am excited to hopefully present some new Bigfoot theory that people may not have heard before. So the Patterson-Gimlin tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fucking famous one.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah, I already know the picture of Bigfoot literally every person has in their head right now is that like brownish woodsy photo where the Bigfoot's like, whoop.
Yeah.
And it's like the quintessential.
Yeah, like a crosswalk sign, Bigfoot.
Yep, that is the Patterson-Gimlin tape, which it has so been known. But dare I say, it should be called the Patterson-Gimlin Massacre.
Whoa.
Yeah. Also, your eyes lit up, and it just made your creature mask look so much more endearing because it's like, oh, happy creature.
Thank you.
So in this day and age, it's I dare say impossible to find anybody who doesn't know about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Big Feets.
Yep, 100%.
Whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, and it's I dare
Yeti.
say.
Are Yetis and Bigfoot the same, or is Yeti a
like
snow
Yetis are
one?
white.
Okay, well.
I feel like that's literally the only difference.
Well,
Don't you you think of Bigfoot, you think of like the big brown one.
yeah. So
And you think of Yeti.
a Yeti is just a Bigfoot that has less melatonin.
Yeah, because we just have to have everything.
Yeah, I
We
know.
just have to put our thumb in everything.
I know it.
And I say if you've heard about Bigfoot, you've heard about the Patterson-Gimlin film because everybody's immediately already aware of that Bigfoot image, and it's hands down the most famous footage of Bigfoot in history.
Mm-hmm.
No one's contesting that here. What everybody's probably thinking of when they think of the infamous Bigfoot tape from this footage is known as frame 352. There's no other shots of Bigfoot that are even close to comparison. The fucking crosswalk Bigfoot frame 352. So a little bit of background. This famous footage was shot on October 20th, 1967 by Roger Patterson and Robert Grimlin on the Klamath River just outside of Orleans, California. And Roger Patterson did die in 1972 from cancer, but his cohort, Robert Gimlin, is very much alive today. And both men have never gone back on the authenticity claims of their video. To his death, Roger claimed it was 100% authentic.
Okay.
So the official story about the footage is that two men came upon the Bigfoot, eventually called Patty, by happenstance and managed to catch it on film. Since then, there has been countless investigations into the film, including scientific analysis. Also, can you just see that, like, every time I talk, my glasses are fogging up?
Yeah, it's really fun.
See. It's
really
like
fun
all I'm
for
thinking
you.
about. I'm just reading words, but I'm focused on my glasses fogging up. God damn it! But all in all, like, at the end of the day, it's clear that the footage holds up, and that's why it's so famous. And this film is also unique in comparison to other Bigfoot films because it actually catches the Bigfoot in movement and out in the open. In most of the other footage, the Bigfoot is either hiding in the woods or is camouflaged with the ground. Or just you see like an elbow move behind a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, 50 some odd years later, this Bigfoot film is still the most thought-provoking and popular out of all of them. But
Well, that's kind of mostly because the other Bigfoot footage and film that's out there has been proven to be a hoax.
and
Like,
also like filmed on potatoes.
yeah, literally filmed on potatoes. But like, after this footage came out and like there was all this hype and popularity and this like fucking podunk ass town started getting all this tourism, like naturally everyone around was like, oh my God, dollar signs. And so people were literally, you know, like dressing up in fucking gorilla suits and staging Bigfoot footage and shit. And so like, I feel like if you want to take Bigfoot seriously, the only thing you'll ever look back to is this.
Absolutely.
This footage specifically.
It's the same thing with like Roswell.
Yeah.
And Loch Ness. Like, you get one piece that people cannot dispute, and it forever sits in the throne of like, And I say that like Roswell, Loch Ness, and Bigfoot are all things that you can talk about, like conspiracy wise and mainstream. And people don't look at you sideways for it. You're like, oh, did you see the Bigfoot footage? You're not going to get someone going, well, that Bigfoot footage was actually faked, and here's how they did it. Most people are like, yeah, crazy. Like, it's just so embedded in pop culture, and it has been for the past 50 years, that everybody's like, yep.
Yeah.
Patty in real, like, 452 or whatever. What did I say it was?
350, 325?
352.
352.
Thank you for listening. And we're not going to debate the footage's authenticity here, because we're both in agreement that it's real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So there is more to the Patterson-Gimlin footage, however, and it has a dark and sinister meaning.
This is where I was a little confused.
There are receipts, and they break my heart. They break my
I just want everyone to know that, like, what the pretext to this episode was Chelsea just sending me out of nowhere a text that said, what was it? We can't support the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
We can't support the Smithsonian. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And then is read and delete, or the Smithsonian will get you next, bish. And I opened the email with a paradox about a basilisk.
Yeah. So it was
I skipped over.
really confusing stuff here for me. And then I got into the body of it and I was like, bro, what the fuck's going on?
All right. It's heartbreaking. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
So, in 2006, the year I graduated high school, isn't that fun? The alleged full version of the Patterson-Gimlin footage was quote-unquote found and more thoroughly examined. And what it showed on first glance was some landscape footage. It showed men on horseback and the establishing shots of the area that the men were hunting in. Really, like, it's not much to look at. And it didn't seem like anything special is really occurring. And on first glance, most would assume that the clipped version was so popular because the extra footage was actually, like, really reductive and unnecessary. It's like literally any dad who gets a camera and takes, like, 2 hours
scenic
of footage. Scenic footage.
Scenic shots of nothing.
Yeah, and it was 50 seconds added to the original footage of these establishing shots, which may as well be an eternity. But what it actually ended up showing was that in addition to the Patterson and Gimlin party, the 8 other men were actually there. And that's also not contested. Like, Patterson and Gimlin were not there by themselves. It's just called the Patterson-Gimlin footage. But what the new 50 seconds show is that there was actually an entire family of slaughtered Bigfoot.
Okay.
So where people think of Patty, that one thing, what we are seeing is an injured Patty. So here's how it goes. The footage shows 3 Bigfoot who are digging in the sand when suddenly they are all gunned down in a hail of gunfire. One was killed instantly and the other 2 ran off, with one running into the woods and the other kind of meandering along the tree line. The meandering along the tree line is the famous footage that show that everybody has seen and is believed to be Patty. What is most heartbreaking about this footage is that the men were thought to be shooting at Patty, who either in injury or heartbreak simply looks at them as she makes a soft and half-hearted attempt to get away. In 2008, Bigfoot researcher M.K. Davis claimed that he had found evidence for the massacre in the clipped video. Davis is an expert in video stabilization and said that through cleaning up the footage, he spotted a bloodied Bigfoot corpse in a hole in the very beginning of the film. He also claims that there is photography evidence of 3 of the men who were there at the time and a white dog pictured next to a pile of red material. And his assertion is that there is actually a separate video showing the men shoot the famous Bigfoot 3 times before tracking it down, killing it, and then dragging its lifeless body onto a tarp before inevitably slicing it up. Now, although the footage that they were able to examine is not readily available, there are photos which have actually leaked online, and some which kind of goes to promote the claims, including the red material pile.
Why are they cutting up a Bigfoot?
Because they're hunters.
They're eating it.
Yeah, they just want to watch the world burn.
That's it? So they're hunting Bigfoot not to be like, I'm going to catch this and put it on display. They're hunting it as in like, I literally want to fucking kill it. I mean, that's fair.
Like, picture any redneck in the movies who's like, I'm going to kill this dog because it's big. And then they just eat like the fucking Fox and the Hound, man.
Yeah.
These guys were the old white men in the Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't want things to be happy. They just want the world to hurt like they hurt.
Yeah, it's true. We get it. Your dad never hugged you. Don't kill Bigfoot.
Oh my God. Speaking of dad not hugging me, could you believe in that Facebook thread that you tagged in on and you're like, don't apologize that a guy accused me of like having fucking daddy issues?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? You don't know me. I love my father. I talk to him every day.
Yeah, so fucking weird, dude. The type of people that pop out of the woodwork to say some shit on Facebook. It's just like, Facebook is literally a garbage fire that's rotting in like the center of Satan's asshole.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the worst place on earth. There's nothing redeeming about it. I'm just there for plant groups, the podcast group, and, you know, letting my family know that I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. Like,
other than that, Facebook can literally suck my dick and choke on it.
I do. Yeah. So like my Facebook is really host of nothing substantial, but I thrive in fighting people on the internet.
Yeah.
And over the past few years, I've definitely picked my battles differently. But when I see someone post something about the fucking laptop, I'm like, oh, a conspiracy. This is my forte. I'm going to comment on it.
Yeah.
And then it turned into 137 comments later.
Yeah.
And I got accused of having daddy issues. And then someone's like, you need to research more. I'm like, have you fucking met me? Like,
research.
We have a conspiracy podcast, motherfucker.
Also, research more. That shit, the responses you wrote look like they came out of like a peer-reviewed journal from Stanford. Like, I couldn't even research more. What? Sorry, we're not on like fucking baldeagle69420.com, you fucking asshole, reading the same shit, quote unquote, you are.
Joe Turner.
Joe Turner?
Yeah, his name is Joe Turner.
Joe Turner, I'm gonna fuck your mom. I'm gonna fuck your mom. I'm gonna
your horse love me and call me daddy, you son of a bitch.
Is he on a horse?
He was on a horse. Because when he originally came for me, I said, I'm not responding to any of your logical fallacy, but I wish you and your horse well.
And then he changed his profile picture because he felt scared.
Maybe, and then accuse me of having daddy issues.
Yeah, anyway, I stick with what I said. I'm going to fuck your mom.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck your mom, and I'm going to make your dad watch, and he's going to cry, and then we're going to film it all, and I'm going to send it to you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use your horse to, like, Pony Express more Biden votes in the mail, you son of a bitch.
Right.
Anyway, so, Bigfoot. And although it's really hard to verify any of the claims that Davis made, he stated that the original video is actually 111 minutes long.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
not the previous, 50 seconds that we've been told.
111 minutes long?
It's a full fucking shitty feature film.
Yeah, it's a feature, baby.
Yeah. And he says only he has a copy of it.
He's not going to show anyone?
Right.
Of course.
Here's where I kind of was like, oh, okay, Bish, was because he got David Paulides, or we're still struggling on him episodes later, who's the missing 411 motherfucker.
So he got missing 411 dude to come on and talk to him about the Bigfoot shit?
He got him into eating the cereal, drinking the Kool-Aid about the Bigfoot massacre.
Did he show him the footage?
He must have.
I mean, right? Why? Okay. What is the negative of showing the footage? What would make you not want to show the footage?
Because they killed Sasquatch.
So what? You know how many fucking Syrian beheading videos I've seen?
Yeah.
I can watch Sasquatch die all day.
So there's actually the question of why these men would be so ruthless. Like, okay, so I don't know why MK Davis would not share the footage. Why somebody would kill Sasquatches and want to keep it quiet, I do have some reasons for that.
That makes sense.
And so one, the men were actually hired by the lumber companies. So this claims that lumber wood, yeah, wood, wood companies,
just as I thought.
lumber companies. So they claimed that they could not get their men. I know, second grade joke.
I liked it.
Men, they couldn't get their men into the region because they feared mysterious animals in the area. The fucking Bigfoot and all the mysterious stuff that seems to surround the Sasquatches. So they hired quote-unquote mercenaries, aka fucking rednecks, to venture deep into the woods to find the Bigfoot family and gun them down.
Yeah.
And then reason number 2 was that they were hired by oil companies. Same line of thought.
Yeah, same shit.
The last one.
This is the one that upsets you the most?
CIA did it.
See, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, because it always is, and it always will be. Also, there's a line which I will not even attempt to explain, but there are a certain amount of people who believe that Bigfoot is not only real, but an interdimensional time traveler.
That's fun.
Oh boy. Fun is not the word I would use.
What? We should do an episode on what Bigfoot is.
I don't think you want to. It just gets so wacky wheels. It gets so like Flash season 2, trying to figure out which Earth you're in.
We're about to talk about the Smithsonian right now.
I know, but like at least that makes sense. And like Earth 1, Earth 2, and Earth 3, and then Earth 4, and then the planes of existence. Like it just, I mean, we can attempt it. It'll be rough, but I mean, like if everyone agrees to like bring out a pen and pencil and like take notes on which version of reality we're speaking at in that moment, just maybe
start taping newspaper clippings to your window and then start like drawing like lines with a red string.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah, that's how we all should be.
Yeah.
So this one got me real concerned that the Smithsonian's full of a bunch of monsters.
I think it is.
And this is double conspiracy, and maybe like this could be a part 2 type thing where we go into the evils of the Smithsonian.
I think, yeah. Is that even considered a conspiracy? They have so many underground vaults with shit that the public is not allowed to see.
To make a bold claim.
Okay.
You believe the Smithsonian is harmless? You're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You're you're the sheep. Yeah, like they got me with the Smithsonian thing.
You didn't know that? The Smithsonian is up to nothing good?
I've heard it in passing, but I've never looked, and I didn't know that they took out Bigfoot.
They're just like the collector and like guardians. Like they're gonna do whatever it takes to get whatever they need for their little museum.
Yeah.
I would say more than half, like 75% of the shit that the Smithsonian has never seen the light of day to the public. Right. It's all locked up under vaults.
And I'm fine. I can explain that away. I can bury it deep within like one of the last remaining brain folds I have.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to put a hit out on Bigfoot, on Patty,
I mean, why do they want to? It more sounds like
you
this.
Know why?
Yeah, is it the CIA and the Smithsonian working together?
Know fucking why?
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay, good.
Now, I actually typed this, was like, if you believe the Smithsonian is harmless and if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic, I would slap the shit out of you. I want to say I'm sorry for sending you such aggressive things.
It's okay. I appreciated it.
Yeah. I take that back. I would not slap you. But it has come to light that the Smithsonian has been part of a regime that actually destroys artifacts to keep on par with the status quo. Not a conspiracy. They have literally been called out for destroying artifacts, and we're about to get into the type of stuff that they have destroyed. And the thing here is that it's not a conspiracy. Newspaper articles are about it, and the Supreme Court actually ordered the Smithsonian to disclose that it had destroyed several giant skeletons in the 1900s to keep the status quo of evolution on track. They thought that if we were to see giants, that it would follow the linear argument that the Bible is fact. So the Smithsonian got fucking rid of it.
What?
So,
what the fuck did giants have to do with Jesus?
Because in the book of Enoch, they talk about the Nephilim, who were a giant race. And if you find shit that you can tie into the Bible, people will be like, yeah, the Bible's 100% fact, and they would have lost the race to get evolution more into mainstream.
God.
So, if you are more interested in this, there are books covering the topic, including, not excluding, anything else. It's called The Ancient Giants Who Ruled America, The Missing Skeletons, and The Great Smithsonian Cover-Up. And this book claims everything from 400 years of newspaper articles, first-person accounts, state historical records, and illustrated filed reports showing the existence of giants to skeletal evidence in Stonehenge, with some kings that were actually buried who were over 9 feet tall. Now, we can go into the Smithsonian cover-up another day. I think we should.
Yeah.
But these accounts bring to life the idea that the famous museum is actually working with the government agenda and couldn't really care less about the preservation of science and scientific discovery. Indiana Jones needs to go sling his dick around in there and set them straight. But what happened is that Bigfoot ended up getting wrapped up with their efforts to hide the existence of giants and to hide anything that
wouldn't Bigfoot just explain evolution?
He could have been the missing link.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But they didn't want anything that would set them off track with the status quo that they wanted to have, which was we have a straight shot of evolution for humans without question.
I mean, that almost sounds more like a flip-flop in government at the time.
Yeah.
Like, the first, you can have the CIA coming in and being like, hey, Smithsonian, we'll let you have fucking skeletal remains of a Bigfoot if you help us kill the Bigfoot because, or like whatever with the fucking giants, so people don't believe in the Bible. And then you've got like this flip-flop and shit where it's like, so first we're gonna kill the giants or remove the giant skeleton so that people don't believe in the Bible, but then we're gonna kill Bigfoot so people don't have a link to evolution. That just sounds like flip-flopping agendas.
I think the link here is that Bigfoot equaled giant. Because some of the guys being like 9 feet tall, that's not like, oh, you're a huge-ass giant. There have been people in history who have been quite tall, but we're not like, oh, you are part of the giant regime. It's like the half-weird genetic anomalies.
Yeah.
But I'm going to order this book right now.
Oh, God.
The Giants of America.
Oh, we're going to just dive into that? I wanted to look more into like the different cover-ups that the Smithsonian is.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm still going to buy this because it's on sale for $9.
Oh, yeah, absolutely do that then.
And shipping's only $2. Still worth it. And it's from abebooks.com, so I don't feel like a piece of shit for ordering from Amazon.
Abebooks.com. You're out here just supporting some evangelical ass shit.
Abe. I don't know what Abe stands for.
Abe.
It could be Abraham Lincoln.
It doesn't sound like it. That sounds like a man who wears a top hat and has a beard, unironically, because he's evangelical.
Yeah.
Assassin 33 AD really got to your fucking head.
Oh my god. I just can't stop thinking about fucking Heidi Montag.
Hey, no one should ever stop thinking about Heidi Montag.
God, and the fact that you didn't catch her husband's cameo.
Dude, I was too busy going, what the actual fuck?
I will say, like, I have an app called Pluto TV, and it lets you
I
watch,
love Pluto.
Yeah, I've been watching The Hills on fucking Pluto, and that's why I had Heidi Montag in the front.
Oh, that makes sense. Also, everyone download Pluto TV. It's free TV. That's what we watched like all of our horror movies on essentially last month, because if it plays once, it's on there. You can just search it.
Yeah, it's so fucking, it's 100% free. Like, you have to watch
weird commercials,
but then I have like every single like TV channel that I like to watch save, so I'm just like bounce to the other one. I've watched The Challenge.
Oh my god.
1,000,000 times.
Oh yeah, they've got fucking channels that are literally just like a genre. Like, do you want to watch all of the early 2000s TV that was on MTV, like with Pimp My Ride and Cribs? Right? Like, they literally have that as a channel.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Do you know how much money I've spent on Amazon.com to have RuPaul's Drag Race and like fucking clown makeup on my face?
Yeah.
Because now I'm watching it for free on Pluto.
Yeah, everyone download Pluto. They literally have like a conspiracy theory channel that's just 24/7 conspiracy theory TV and movies being played. They have like a whole entire Addams Family channel, and that I was watching like the original black and white TV show. And I'll guarantee, just like they had 17,000 Halloween channels last month, this month we're going to get like every Christmas movie you could ever imagine is going to be on there, and it's fucking free. Just get it.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, so that is the Bigfoot Massacre in a nutshell.
So I guess that's the question, right? Is like, we'll just have to dig more into the nefarious shit the Smithsonian is up to try to figure out why they would even want to participate in.
Yeah, let's just call this episode part 1.
Yeah, part 1 of what the Smithsonian is up to.
Yeah, just a little taste. I don't think that book's going to come in time because Abe probably delivers like on horseback. But yeah, that's going to be... I'm actually super interested in it, especially after listening to the Mormon episodes on last podcast where like Joseph Smith was like scamming people into believing in giants.
Yeah, man. Like,
what if Joseph Smith ends up being like the fucking victim of the Smithsonian, and we just have to change our entire worldview?
That's the episode of South Park, right? Where Kenny dies and he goes to heaven, and it's just Mormons, and he was like, "Oh, the Mormons were right. That's fucking weird. I didn't see that one coming." No, that's not it. They never will be. I promise you. I promise you. No religion that literally legalized being black in 1987 is right. I'll tell you that much right now. You can fuck quote me on that. But
that is a fun quote. I agree with you.
That's for real.
A heaven where dogs can't get in there isn't real.
Yeah.
Not real.
Yeah. Mormons don't believe dogs go to heaven?
No, they don't have a soul. They can't accept baptism.
Shut the fuck up.
I won't.
See, this is how I know Mormonism is just whack.
Yeah.
This is how I know it's just straight up whack.
If someone was like, "Oh, you have to believe that your dog won't go to heaven," I'm like, then I'm switching religions. Like, that's my straw. I'm like, that is the if someone was like, define heaven, I'm like, heaven's a good boy.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you, like, why do you need to be baptized? And it's because you're making choices that are inherently evil, right? You're making choices that are sinful in a way. Yeah. You get to a certain point of having autonomy where you're going to be able to say yes or no to things that have been outlined in the Bible as wrong. Yeah. If you're someone like if you're just a dog, your brain is not even having those same types of conversations. No. You can't even you can't say oh, like a cow is evil because it hasn't accepted Christ.
I also disagree with the fact that you have to be baptized to have if you believe it in the concept of heaven. I don't believe that you have to get baptized to go to heaven. I think that's bullshit.
That is absolutely
because
bullshit.
I'm like, oh, you mean to tell me that? Well, Gandhi was kind of a creep, but he had some good points. But you know what I mean? Like Mr. Rogers, what if he wasn't baptized?
Yeah.
Like, you gonna tell me? I mean, I know he was a reverend or whatever. I just can't think of good examples of
Well,
good
like
people.
I even think of this is for reals. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but like my ex father-in-law is very, very Mormon, and he's really big in the church. And when you remember when that I'm blanking on their names, there was that whole podcast on it about the husband who killed. He for sure killed the wife and then killed the 2 kids later.
Chris Watts?
Was it Chris Watts? That doesn't. It was local. Happened in West Valley.
Yeah, the
Mark.
It was Mark something, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Either.
But anyway, I know.
Wife straight.
There's so many. He for sure killed his wife and was investigated. And because we live in a bullshit ass country, he got away with it. And then he just went on to axe both of his toddler boys in the head and then lit the house on fire with all of them in it as the social worker was outside. Yeah. Yeah. So that motherfucker. One of the boys was old enough to be baptized, and then one of them was not old enough to be baptized.
I'm already having an aneurysm.
And well, here's
say.
the thing, right? Is that the Mormon church wrote in like a fail-safe for themselves, because there's no way that story could run and you would go like this, oh fuck, this 2-year-old isn't going to be able to be with his mom and brother in heaven because he was never baptized. Like, no, all of you get to hang yourself now. Let's bring back public execution. You all get to hang yourself in the public square. How fucking dare you? So of course the fail-safe is if you're not baptized, like I think they said it was like 5 or something.
Yeah.
Like after that point, it's your bad.
Yeah, so like a 6-year-old is inherently is responsible for the sins that they commit.
Yeah.
They can go to hell for it.
Yeah.
Bruh, that is why I just can't with organized religion anymore. It's so bullshit nonsense.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, fucking tax them all.
I agree. Tax them all. Imagine this, right? The news the news flashes that these 2 boys have died, and the first thing out of his mouth is like, "Oh, I'm so glad he was." Like, what did he say? God, I wish I could remember. It was something on the lines of like something on the lines of like, "I'm so glad like he was young enough that it was okay that he wasn't baptized." Like that he was finding solace in the fact that this child was young enough to not need to be baptized, so he doesn't have to worry about where this child's soul is going to be.
Thinking is going to give me a UTI. I hate it.
Well,
I feel like my kidneys and like my uterus are going to shut down. Yeah, it's bullshit. And you know what? I hope the Smithsonian fucking gets them, because they're apparently the KGB of America.
Yeah, I agree as well. I hope that the Smithsonian actually does have Joseph Smith's little gold plates, and they're just like, hee, go fuck yourself.
What if, Bish? What if they have like fucking Buddha locked up down there?
Oh my God.
In a glass room, like on You from Netflix.
Dude.
The Smithsonian has been letting the Vatican take the fall for all this historical shit that they're hiding, but it's been the Smithsonian the whole time.
That checks out. Yeah, I'm excited to look into that more.
Yeah, I don't know when that book will get here, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to like diss on Abe.com or whatever the fuck that was.
Books?
Abe Books.
I'm trying to not buy shit off Amazon, and it's really hard for me.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you. AbeBooks.com. I'm not saying it is, but there's a good chance that you could probably find that book as like a free downloadable PDF online.
I can't. I'm not like I think downloading books is fine. I just can't do it. I have to write my notes in the corners.
That's fair.
I have to highlight.
Forgot that you're a manic.
I gotta have like the tangible. I do think it's awesome that a lot of things are super electronic, though. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think when I was dipping out of college was right when there was like a whole entire forum for ripped fucking textbooks.
Oh my God. That was beyond my years.
Yeah, you missed it. I was there towards the end. I got one book bootlegged, and then after that,
when my mom took me up to the University of Utah to like help me get my books, and she was like, "How much do you think it'll be?" I'm like, "I don't know, a couple $100." Like one of the clerks laughed at me. I think it was like $1,200 for like 3.5 books and a CD-ROM. Yeah, straight up. So torrent your books.
Yeah. Professors are becoming privy to it, and they're starting to change their versions. But honestly, the Sherlock Holmes, or not, the Robin Hood of college education is the kid who literally took his book to the fucking student library and scanned every fucking page in there and uploaded it online for free.
Sometimes you can like get the online version of a book for like a free 2-week thing, and then you just do Control F all of your vocabulary words and then screenshot those pages.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do that. But anyway,
Yeah.
kind of off topic. Fuck the Smithsonian.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck paying ridiculous prices for an education in a world that requires you to be educated.
And it means nothing.
It literally does. It means nothing at all. What means everything is your willingness to learn. So we will be back with more information about the Smithsonian's atrocities.
Yeah, we'll come back. Yeah, learning is so important. We're going to tell you why museums are bad.
Yeah.
God.
We love to see it. Hail Satan.
Hail the new podcast name.
I'll also hail that too.